Hey y'all, what's going on? It's the 24th of Wednesday, and the main thing I want to talk about today is some music that was sent to me by a Dave Henson, Nochexxx Thrusters. He just sent the CD to me from England, and I understand why he didn't send the album because it's so expensive. Thanks for sending the CD. What you hear in the background is Nochexxx Thrusters. This is a 2014 release, and you know, this is electronic, and there's a video with a little film that goes along with this that kind of puts it into context. And I didn't watch the film all the way through, but it helps, I think, you know, if you are not just interested in these sounds, to have the sounds put into a context for your imagination. This person found me through SoundCloud, you know, and apparently sees something, something simpatico with what we do. Maybe not. I do. I hear it, you know, working in the, doing a lot of electronic things. Let me go forward here. I, for one, just like, and I'm going to refer to myself here because I really am trying to figure out, the difference between perception, because, it's like for example, a slight may seem like a complaint, but it's more like a comment on perception. Like, for example, Pink Floyd's really built up this reputation, and everyone knows who they are. So finally this new Pink Floyd album is coming out, and there really seems to be quite a buzz about just get it, regardless, if it's good, Some of you know what I'm alluding to. Anyway, I think that this Thrusters by Nochexxx, or Nochexxx times 3, however you say the name, there's kind of a cartoonishness to this, to me, that I think is going to endear a certain listener, and other folks, I think, won't even notice it. It'll sound like a game is being played in the background. So in that sense, this music and what Nochexxx is doing is there for those who are interested to discover them. Apparently this is not their first record, and this is not Dave's first project. I let him know that I would do a review, and even though this seems kind of chopped up and like what I'm really trying to get at is this, is that let your ears do the deciding. This may have an allure for you, I kind of like this, I like electronic music. Is this the sort of thing that I would find myself returning to and playing a lot? It's too soon to say that about this. My first impression is more than likely not, but I actually like this, and this is much more interesting to me than, say, someone like, for example, my friend Trevor was here the other day, and he played a band for me that he knows, and the band is good, but what they're doing is real. It's been done a million times before, and as a result, on my part of the journey now, a lot of things that have been sound like something done before, it just doesn't catch my interest. Like I said, this is electronic. Maybe it sounds a little bit like video game music. It doesn't really, but I find this compelling. This, I don't know, I think this is pretty cool. I like that cover too. I'll try to remember to leave a link below. Well, I can always add the link if I forget right away, so you can check out Nochexxx for yourself. Dave, thanks for sending me the music. Thanks for the CD. Of course, I'd love a record, but the reality is we're all broke. We're all broke. I'm going to keep it short because I have been busy and I don't have any new. Actually, I haven't played any records. The only thing that I have out to show is yesterday, the 23rd of September, was John Coltrane's birthday. And while it might seem to some like just a story, it really is true that my dad first was born in Kentucky but raised in Chicago, jazz musician, got to know a lot of folks, played with folks like Stan Kenton, is it Lionel Hampton? I always get him mixed up with Coleman Hawkins. I think it's Lionel Hampton my dad played with, but my dad knew a lot of jazz musicians and blues musicians. And when we moved to Omaha, they would regularly visit. One of those visitors when I was a boy that I'll never forget was John Coltrane. For a long time, I've said this in a previous video, as time went on and I really understood who John Coltrane was in music history, I was actually afraid to remember the memory, because I thought to myself, that's just too fantastic to be true, but it was. You know, after a while I got the guts to ask a couple other family members if they remembered, and they did. I met John Coltrane when I was just a little boy. But yesterday was John Coltrane's birthday, and he really was a trailblazing musician. He was really into the cosmic spiritual side of it, trying to express God through sound. So this is a single of his that I have, not the one that the story is about, because that was the story. It was that he was in town, I think, to do a gig, and knew my dad. And Prestige, as you see, used to release jazz singles, and my dad was going to go to the store to buy Coltrane's latest single, and I got invited along, you know, because I was a freak about records already as a little boy. So I remember John Coltrane holding my hand. I remember sitting on his lap for a second. John Coltrane. Right quick, the other day I was sharing that Jeff Brockman gave me some Genesis. He sent me some singles. One of the singles he sent me was a promo of Neil Young and the Shocking Pinks' Wonderin', which was nice. Thank you. I've seen Neil Young twice, and one time was on this tour where he did, the first part of the show was regular Neil Young, then the second part, it came out as the Shocking Pinks. It was really fun. It was really fun. I'm busy right now with this week. With tonight, I play with Mason Brown doing the Color Tone Drone Orchestra. I'll remember to leave a link so you can go to that website and see what that's about. But we're doing this music tonight written by Mason, where we're guided and conducted by light fixtures that are in color, and the guitars are tuned all to certain notes and color coded. We rehearsed last night and it was thrilling. It's very similar to Glenn Branca, if you know who Glenn Branca is, or Riz Chatham. Or you could even compare it to Yamatsuka Ai from Boredom's idea of 100 drummers, where it's a choir of guitars. It's an orchestra of guitars is what we're doing, and that's tonight. Members of Icky Blossoms and The Faint are also involved. It's neat, you know. It's kind of like a local, you wouldn't say all-star, but you know, everyone involved that's playing we're all friends, but everyone is well involved in music and has been for a while. So looking forward to it. So with that in mind, I don't really have any records to show, but I wanted to review this right quick. And just got an order in. Thank you. And I'm sending it out right away. Okay? Talk to you.